I want you to imagine something. Imagine your 60-year-old self wrote you a letter that arrived today. A letter with everything they learned, everything they wish they'd known, everything they'd do differently. What would it say?
Would it say, I wish I'd cared more about what people thought? No. Would it say, I wish I'd stayed in my comfort zone? Never. Would it say, I'm glad I played it safe? Absolutely not. That letter would say things like, I wish I'd started sooner. I wish I'd taken more risks. I wish I'd believed in myself. I wish I'd understood how short this all really is.
I'm not your 60-year-old self, but today, I'm going to tell you what they'd want you to know. What every young person needs to hear before it's too late, before the years slip away, before you wake up and wonder where your life went.
This is for you. Let's start with the biggest lie you've been told. You have all the time in the world. You don't. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it to wake you up. Right now, time feels infinite. The weekends feel long. The summers feel endless. You think you have decades to figure it out. But here's what happens. You blink, and you're 25. You blink again. You're 30. Another blink. 40, 50, 60. And suddenly, you're writing a letter to your younger self, wishing you could go back and shake them. Let me give you a perspective shift. There are 52 weeks in a year. That sounds like a lot, but think about it. 52 workouts, 52 healthy meals, 52 weeks of consistency. That's all it takes to transform your body. 52 books, 52 skills, 52 weeks of learning. That's all it takes to transform your mind. But here's the catch. Those 52 weeks will pass whether you use them or not. The question isn't, do I have time? The question is, what am I doing with the time I have?
Truth number one, you are not your mistakes. You will fail many times, publicly, painfully. And when you do, people will talk. They'll say you're not good enough. They'll say they knew you'd fail. They'll say you should have played it safe. Ignore them. Failure is not an identity. It's data. It's feedback. It's proof you tried. The only people who don't fail are the people who don't try. And they have their own kind of failure. The failure of never knowing what could have been. Truth number two, the people around you are not your future. Right now, you're surrounded by people your age, friends, classmates, co-workers, and it's easy to look at them and think, this is my world, these are my people, this is who I am. But here's the truth. Most of the people in your life right now will not be in your life in 10 years. That's not sad. That's growth. You will outgrow people. You will move to new places. You will become someone your current friends won't recognize, and that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. Truth number three, comfort is a trap. Your brain is wired to seek comfort, to avoid risk, to stay where it's safe. But comfort is the enemy of growth, every single time. When you're comfortable, you're not learning. When you're comfortable, you're not stretching. When you're comfortable, you're not becoming. The magic happens in discomfort. The job you're afraid to apply for. The conversation you're afraid to have. The risk you're afraid to take. That's where life is. Ruth. 4. You will regret what you didn't do. On your deathbed, you won't regret the risks you took. You'll regret the risks you didn't take. You won't regret asking that person out, even if they said no. You won't regret starting that business, even if it failed. You won't regret chasing that dream, even if you didn't catch it. You'll regret the silence, the hesitation, the maybe next time that never came. Truth number 5. This moment is all you have. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Right now, this exact moment, it's the only thing that's real, and what you do with this moment determines everything. Let me tell you about young people who changed everything. The 22-year-old who failed. At 22, a young man failed in business. At 23, he ran for office and lost. At 24, he failed in business again. At 25, he was elected to office. At 26, his sweetheart died. At 27, he had a nervous breakdown. At 29, he lost a congressional race. At 31, he lost a congressional race again. At 37, he won a congressional race. At 39, he lost a congressional race. At 46, he lost a senatorial race. At 49, he lost a senatorial race again. At 51, he became the President of the United States. His name was Abraham Lincoln, the 15-year-old who was told no. At 15, a young girl was told by her teacher that she wasn't creative enough and didn't have what it takes. She could have believed him. She could have quit. Instead, she kept writing, book after book, rejection after rejection. 12 publishers said no. On the 13th try, someone said yes. Her name is J.K. Rowling, the 24-year-old who was told, "You're too slow." At 24, a young athlete was told by his coach that he was too small, too slow, not good enough. He could have believed it. He could have given up. Instead, he practiced. Hours before dawn, hours after everyone left, years of work when no one was watching. His name is Michael Jordan. These stories aren't here to make you feel inspired for 5 minutes. They're here to show you something. Every single person who changed the world was once a young person who refused to give up. If I could give you a roadmap for your young years, here's what it would look like. Phase 1, exploration, 18 to 25. Try everything. Say yes to things that scare you. Travel if you can. Take jobs you're not qualified for. Meet people different from you. This is not the time to play it safe. This is the time to collect data, to learn what you love and what you hate, to discover who you are. Phase 1, exploration, 18 to 25. Try everything. Say yes to things that scare you. Travel if you can. Take jobs you're not qualified for. Meet people different from you. This is not the time to play it safe. This is the time to collect data, to learn what you love and what you hate, to discover who you are. Phase 2, focus, 25 to 30. Start narrowing down. Find the one thing you want to be great at. The one problem you want to solve, the one path you want to walk. This is the time for depth, for mastery, for showing up every single day and doing the work. Phase 3, acceleration, 30-35. Now you have skills. Now you have clarity. Now you have momentum. This is when things start to compound, when your years of work begin to pay off, when people start calling you lucky because they didn't see the decade of effort.
But here's the thing about this roadmap. It only works if you start now. Not next year. Not when you feel ready. Not when conditions are perfect. Now. Let me tell you what success actually looks like. It's not what you see on Instagram. It's not what you see in movies. Real success is waking up at 5 a.m. when you'd rather sleep, saying no to things you want to do so you can do what you need to do. Failing and getting up. Failing and getting up. Failing and getting up again. Working when no one is watching. Believing in yourself when no one else does. Success is lonely. Success is hard. Success is 1,000 small choices that no one will ever see. And here's the truth. Most people won't do it. Most people will choose comfort, will choose distraction, will choose the easy path. And that's why most people will never become who they could have been.
But you're here. You're still listening. That means you're not most people. I want to leave you with this. You are young. But you won't be young forever. The choices you make today will become the life you live tomorrow. The habits you build today will become the person you become. The risks you take today will become the stories you tell. Don't wait until you're 40 to wish you'd started at 20. Don't wait until you're 60 to wish you'd lived at 30. Don't wait until it's too late to realize that it was always the right time. Your 60-year-old self is watching you right now. They're standing in the future, hands clasped, hoping you'll make the choices they wish they'd made. They're whispering, "Start now." Take the risk. Believe in yourself. You have no idea how much time you really have. Will you listen? The choice is yours. Now go. Your life is waiting.